Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Afghanistan! There's Dan, there's Neil, there's Angie, there's Ben. There they are, ladies and gents. These are your serving troops in Afghanistan. Alright. So if you guys are wondering why I haven't been on social media for a few weeks, it's because I'm in Kabul, Afghanistan. Lots of people have forgotten that we still have troops serving in Afghanistan. So I decided to put together a small team and go and surprise them by putting on a show every night in all the different bases around Kabul city in Afghanistan. This is me and my friend Dan in the cockpit landing at our first destination en route to Afghanistan. The pilots were very, very kind to us and let us sit in and record it to show you guys at home. Just arrived at our accommodation. It's 1:30 in the morning and the room that we're staying in is full of people asleep, so we're having to get all our stuff out here so we don't wake them up. We're all knackered. We've all now been up about 24 hours. Early morning Afghanistan, sun's out, everyone's taking selfies.
I'm not taking a selfie.
So my small team while we're in Afghanistan consists of an RAF officer, Ben, who's keeping us safe while we're there. We've got Angie, is our tour manager, who's organised it all. We've got Neil on sound and lights, who's brought all his gear with us so we can try and make it as cool of a show as possible. And we've got Dan Boyles, a fellow magician, who's going to be doing a set on stage before I get on as well. At this point we're raring to go. So we just had our brief about the threats of Kabul. Turns out it's a pretty dangerous place, but we're all raring to go. Neil's ready. We're going to go and get a coffee, and then we've got loads of other things to do today before we get a chopper tomorrow to our next base to do our next show. I want to show you the view of Kabul. It turns out it's an absolutely amazing place. We're zooming, there's loads of really cool cool mountain ranges and stuff. Loads of new flats being built the other side of the wall. But it turns out there's been quite a few attacks on this space recently, so it is a very dangerous place. So we've just been learning all the drills of what to do if there's any attack alarms go off and that kind of stuff. And let's quickly zoom in on them buildings there. I want to show them the cool flats being built in Kabul. Awesome. Day one, it's taking its toll on some people.
It's only half 1.
Afternoon, it's all too much for us. So we've got the guys here just in the heart of Afghanistan. Baked this lovely cake for us.
I didn't personally make it.
Awesome. We've got the cookies. We've got Dan's bought his Afghan jacket. Shopkeeper was pretty chuffed when he sold that. He's been trying to sell it for years. Got all the chairs set out here. And this is the stage for tonight. We've got about an hour before the show, so it's gonna be a good run. So the first show went amazing, the crowd were absolutely mental, so good. So then the next morning we got a chopper nice and early to our second camp, where we had a little bit of time to look around before setting up for tonight's show. So we're on the roof in somewhere in the green zone, had a look at the views. It's pretty amazing to see. Cargo. So today we're in Cargo, we're doing a show for the Brits, the Aussies and some New Zealand guys I think will be here as well. So I just want to show you, I've got my team back there. So those of you who have seen this guy in my video so far, and you're wondering who he is, he's they call him the Guardian Angel. He's here looking after us. So he follows us everywhere he goes with his sidearm, making sure we're safe. And I've got my friend Dan out there who's doing a warm-up set for me before I get on stage for all the shows. But we've just met some Afghans. There's some little shops here, and some of the Afghan locals have their own shops on base.
I think you're ready.
Huh?
What's that?
Oh, cool. So it's really cool to meet some of these guys, because they're really lovely blokes and they speak English really well, and they've been chatting to us about Kabul life and stuff, which is really amazing. So yeah. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, guys. Pleasure to meet you. So it was incredible meeting some actual local Afghan people and performing magic for them, and I was really pleased to see that they loved magic. So every day we would get a helicopter to a new camp, where we would then spend a few hours trying to make a makeshift show, like a stage and lights, before then inviting everyone to see it in the evening. So while we were in Afghanistan, we were only really expecting to be performing for the Brits, but when we were there, we were very lucky and happy to hear that everyone wanted to get involved, so we ended up putting on shows for all of the troops from all the different coalition forces. Every night was an incredible crowd. So we've just finished a show last night in Karga. We're on the airfield now. Got Kabul in the distance. This is one of the more remote places that we're going while we're here. Doing some shows and stuff. We've just had our kit delivered. It's a massive truck. These guys helped us out, load up and take off. It was a great show last night, great audience. We had loads of Aussies in as well as Brits, and also some guys from New Zealand as well. So we were very lucky while we were there to have the Puma helicopter teams pick us up from every place we went to, because we had so much kit. It was always good to see them, and at the end of our time in Afghanistan we put on a little show for the Puma pilots and the Puma teams to say thank you for all their help while we were there. Once the locals found out there were some magicians in town, they all wanted to get involved. This was probably the first time a lot of these guys had ever seen magic live in real life. And I was really pleased that they loved it and didn't see it as demonic or anything like that. They had a great time, great bunch, really enjoyed chatting with them. This guy in particular was pretty pleased to meet me when I turned his Afghan note into a $50 US, which I never did get back. Setting up for the second from last show. CSE banner up, got loads of flags here. Got Red Bull keeping me awake, and got the team in the background. Got Neil over there who's setting up the lights, absolute legend. We've got the tour manager, Angie, just there. It's quite a nice room tonight. It's probably not enough seats. We're expecting quite a lot of people, so there's going to be a lot of people standing tonight. But it's a cool venue. We've got some really senior people in the coalition forces coming to watch as well tonight, so that should be interesting. And we'll video a bit of it and post some photos as well. We've just finished setting up. So we've got loads of flags out, we've got the CSE banner, we've got the table ready. Loads of people are here really early. We've still got an hour yet, so these people are going to be waiting a while, but apparently everyone's really excited, so it's going to be a packed house, so everyone's getting here really early, starting to arrive already, but we're all set up and ready to go. Everywhere we went in Afghanistan, we were treated like royalty. We were looked after really well by all of the teams there. So big shout out to all of the people who have been serving there this year and the people who are still there now. This is how long it took for us to get a team photo in front of the Puma helicopter. Lots of attempts, but eventually nailed it. So it's my last day in Afghanistan. You can see Kabul city in the background just over there. I'm just about to fly back with the Australians, and I'll be back in the UK in a few days, and then I'll be ready to go on my UK tour. So jump on to my website, richardjonesmagic.co.uk, and grab yourself a ticket.